Let's see if I can quickly show you how to create a bus and then access that bus in a custom Matlab function block in Simulink. So the first thing we need to do, and there's many ways of doing this, is just the most straightforward one I've seen. You start by creating the bus in one diagram here. So I'm going to have a constant. I'm naming it constant. And I'm going to have a sign signal that I'm going to name sign. I'm putting the two of those into a bus creator, and the name of that is bus creator. I renamed that. If I don't see the name, I right click, go down to format, and show block name, turn it on, and then I can change the name if I want to. Okay, so there's my block, there's my bus, and then I'm going to give the bus a name. I'm going to call it just stuff in this case. And I saved this in and on its own, and I'm going to call it simple custom bus creator. Then I'm going to make another Simulink model, and this is where I'm going to actually use it. And in here I'm going to actually copy the same structure. I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to do something to it. I'm going to get myself a user-defined function. I'm going to grab myself a Matlab function over here. And that's what I'm going to use to actually manipulate these signals. Before I do that, though, I actually have to have access to this type of bus over here that I created in my creator block or model. And I need to have access to that. So I have to actually generate that irrelevant object or variable in the workspace. And to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click on the background here. I'm going to go to Model Properties. Under callbacks in the preload function over here, I'm going to type out this command. And what this command is, I'm going to put it in here so you can see it better. This is being slow here. There we go. Okay. So what it is, it's Simulink bus create object. Then it's the name of the model that I use to create my bus in. So that's the one I had on the left here. Then I repeat the same name, slash, and then the name of the bus creator block. In this case, it's just bus creator. Okay, so I might have numbers here or whatever. I can name it whatever I want, preferably with conventional variable naming convention. That makes it easier. Okay, so once I have that, I can press enter, and now that stuff that defines this bus is now in my workspace. In order to automatically do that inside my model here that I'm going to actually manipulate this signal, I have to run that beforehand. And in order to do that without interrupting with any of the functions of Simulink, I have to put it here in the preload function. This is exactly what I just copied and showed you. And if I have other buses, I could just add other lines with the same kind of format to add those other buses. Okay? And then the two models have to be in the same folder. Okay, so now I got to actually use this. So I just double click my Matlab function. I go to edit data. Here I'm going to define what my input's going to be. I want it to be that bus that I just created. So the type is going to be a bus object. Okay, let's take a closer look here. The object name is stuff, right? If I click edit, I can make sure that it's actually in here. Okay, that's the one I want. I click apply. I could rename it, but I'm just going to use U. So it's now going to have that same structure that I've created. So if I go in here, I'm going to define my output. My output is Y. And I'm going to say the constant. I'm going to multiply that by the sign signal. And that's going to be my output. All right, fine. Save it. Close this. Let's see if our model runs. See if this works. I run it. So constant double as 2 is going to multiply my sign signal. Let's see, we should have a sign signal that's multiplied by 2, and that's exactly what we have. So there you go. So it's mostly graphic. The only thing I had to do to make this work was to have two models, one to create the actual buses, and then the second one to apply them. And then I have to add this function here, or sorry, this line in here to the preload function in the model properties callback. And that'll get you what you need. Okay, that's it.